Happy Monday. Hope you had a good weekend. A couple things to talk about. So this trail that I've been on started with the spraying of the DIBROM chemicals, nailed. And again, to the best of my knowledge, it has a lead component in it called tetraethyl. At least that was something I found through a publication linked to Chevron, 1956. A couple weeks after the conclusion of the spraying, Hurricane Matthew hit. So what I have found since then, as a friend of mine in South Carolina had thought, hey, there's a correlation. He said there's a correlation between the hurricane and the spraying, because Nailed was also sprayed in South Carolina and killed millions of honeybees, which is devastating, of course, to our food supply. What I have found is linked to somewhere in the 1990s was the initiation of what's called geoengineering, or weather derivatives. Therefore, weather futures can be traded on the stock market. You can basically trade a stock in, for instance, guessing what a temperature is going to be, or the amount of rainfall is going to be, or the amount of snowfall, that type of thing. So they're called weather derivatives or weather futures. If you YouTube or Google weather manipulation, what I've been able to find is that metallic particles left in the air by chemtrails or insecticide spraying, even, I'm saying, can influence a certain weather pattern. The other thing to look for is that tomorrow is the election in the United States, and pay close attention to the swing states. Florida, Ohio, pay close attention to the swing states and what type of weather they may incur in those geographical areas. Are they proving a hindrance to voters? Just something to look at tomorrow for Tuesday. Lastly, the other thing to look into that I've been looking into, and the other thing you can look into, is your birth certificate. Construction next door. If you look at your birth certificate, there's a serial number. There's an identification number. This is not your social security number. There's a trade number on your birth certificate. The other thing to look for is that on your birth certificate, the actual birth certificate, you'll find that it's printed on what's called the American banknote company paper. All right. You are basically a commodity that is traded. If you've been born in the United States, you're traded on the stock market like a slave. You're a tax slave, literally. Okay. The other thing to link that to is what is called a state versus a federal citizen. Okay. That's going to be all I'm going to say today. Thanks for listening, and have a great Monday.